everyone, it's Amy. We're back to our weekly Q&A Amy Answers series. The first question is from Citylicious. Hi Amy, would you recommend the Alma BB or the Palm Spring mini backpack? Thanks in advance for your thoughts. I really like both bags. I think the Palm Spring is very cute, it's very trendy at the moment, and it still fits quite a lot even though it is really tiny. It's more on the casual side definitely, so good for travel. It's still not gonna be as timeless and as classic looking and as sort of dressy as the Alma BB for sure. The Alma BB as well fits quite a bit for its size. I personally love it. Every time I look at a new clutch or shop for a new clutch, I always end up not buying a new clutch or the new clutch that I'm like, you know, looking at, just because in the end the Alma BB is way more versatile. I like both bags, but I think if you're looking for something more timeless and more versatile, something that you can use day and night, I would recommend the Alma BB over the Palm Spring backpack. The next question is from Gaylin Yet. Do you think the mini pochette is worth it? Or for the money, do you think there is a more useful SLG for a versatile clutch that can also fit my other bags? My thought process is it worth spending $310 on a mini pochette, or should I save more to get something that could potentially be 5 or 10 times better? It doesn't have to be LV. You know, if you asked me the same question maybe like a year ago, because I did make a video last year where I pointed out things that I bought that didn't work for me. So I will link that video down below as well as in this corner. Can't remember now, but anyway, if you asked me back then, I would say it's probably not as worth it for me anyway. I didn't find that it was worth it for me because I was gonna use it as, you know, a little pouch that stores all my hand creams and hand sanitizers, and like a little snack that I always carry that small pouch, handmade pouch from my friend. So I just didn't see the point of using a mini pochette, which costs like over $300. Here in Canada is $390 actually, plus tax. So back then I didn't think it was worth it, but you would be surprised, I actually did order a mini pochette recently. I haven't gotten it yet, but I did buy it secondhand from someone in Ontario. What made me realize that I actually do need the mini pochette or something of the sort is one time I was just out and about and I had my Alma BB with me. Of course, I always carry my camera and my phone, and I had my card case from from Chanel, actually, my new card case. And on that day, I also wanted to bring my eyelash curler and my concealer and just my lip balm, because although I normally don't carry those things with me on a daily basis, that day I just needed like little catch-all because I wasn't gonna go home anytime during the day. We were going to be out for the entire day since the morning, and we were going to be out until the evening, and there was different venues. So I ended up bringing a lot of these little things, and my other pouch was already filled with my hand sanitizers and all that, so I wasn't going to take that. It just made me realize that, you know, sometimes it is nice to have a little pouchette as a catch-all to fit in your smaller bags. So I did take the plunge and bought one. Because I bought it pre-loved, it was a better price, so it was worth it in that sense. Would I pay $390 plus tax? I would say no, but you know, everyone has different opinions. Just because I don't think it's worth it for me to pay that price, it doesn't mean that it's not worth it for you. It's just my personal opinion. Sometimes I feel like maybe the mini pochette, you know, it was useful at that time, but it's not going to be useful like every single day, so I didn't feel like it was that worth it. Your question was also about using it as a little clutch, which is a great idea. Just keep in mind that the mini pochette is still quite small, so like my phone, it doesn't fit in it, and you know, even though your current phone may fit, it just doesn't mean that your future phone will, especially if you're going to end up with a big phone. And even if you think that you're not going to end up with a big phone, you might be wrong, because I never thought I wanted a phone this big until I got it, and now I cannot go back. The Chanel O case, a lot of people have it. They have different sizes, the really huge one, and then they have the little ones. Of course their price is gonna be a way more because it is full leather. Well, except the interior is just like lined with material that you can wipe, I think. But that's definitely a very timeless piece, and you know, you pay for the leather, you pay for the brand, you pay for the craftsmanship. And I'm not saying that it is necessarily better than the LV mini pochette, but it's another option to consider. Hungarian Tornado. Hi Amy, my question for your next Q&A. I just bought a mini HL Speedy pre-loved and I got a really good deal on it. The thing is that the keys are not included with the bag and lock. I already have a lock and keys because of my Speedy 30B. Do you think that these keys will open the lock on that 2002 pre-loved bags? So I called my local store and asked them what are the options given the situation, and they told me that I would have to bring it in because they don't have the keys to all the locks that are, you know, sold with all the bags. If they do happen to have the exact key, then they might try to open it with the keys that they have, but most likely they'll have to break the lock over there, and then they'll have to sell you a new lock, which is $37 Canadian plus tax. So that's basically the option that you have. If for any reason your current lock and your old lock have the exact same number on the bottom, then maybe actually the keys that you have currently will work on the older lock. But the likelihood of that is probably very minimal because your item was vintage, and I don't know if they actually recycle lock numbers. If they do, I would be curious to know. So if you try it and it works out, then let me know. Jennifer Moran, always enjoy your Q&As. Thank you, sweetie. Thanks for answering my question. Do you wrap your handles on your PM, which is Pochette Metis, with a Twilly, and how do you decide what your next purchase on your wish list will be? After watching your Chanel and Valentino haul, it makes my wish list even longer. Have a great day. I just like the very clean and simple look that the bag comes in exactly the way it is, and no twillies, no charms, nothing. I just like the look of the actual bag. So that's the reason why I don't put any twillies. I don't really mind that my Vachetta patinas. In fact, I prefer that it patinas. I really like the look of the darker honey colored you know, leather oxidizing on monogram bags. I think if I were to put a twilly on anything, it would just to be protecting the handles. If for whatever reason the handle was too old or I didn't want it to wear any further, then yes, I would probably try to do it. But it's never been a concern of mine, and all my bags are, I always buy my bags brand new, so it's never really a concern of mine to ever put any twillies on them. As far as your question about how I decide my next purchase and my wish list, it just, I guess whatever I've been seeing on social media. Of course, this YouTube community and the Instagram community has such a big influence on us all, including me. And you know, sometimes I see a bag on someone, especially if they have similar tastes as me, you know, someone who prefers crossbody bags, who prefers smaller bags, then I kind of really observe what they get and what's, you know, what they end up getting or what's on their wish list. And so that's how kind of like how I suppose how I determine what I would want in my wish list potentially. And usually just by browsing the stores and trying them on, you kind of, you know, eliminate the ones that, okay, you tried it on, you don't think it's for you because it won't work out. That's how I kind of go with it. And also it depends on what I need, you know, in the present. So if say I needed a smaller wallet for my smaller bags, and you know, I would be on the hunt for a smaller wallet. Sung Me 8, I live in Van City too. I tried to get the same card case holder. It's always sold out. I literally got a friend to pick up one at Hold that morning. I called, but she was too late. Sigh. Did you get yours in the morning? It wouldn't have mattered what time I went because I did have my SA hold one for me. And so like I explained to you, it's kind of like a process to buy through Chanel at Vancouver anyway, or I'm pretty sure even everywhere else, because Chanel is not like LV. Like LV, they're both great, but like LV, they usually produce quite a large number, so they usually always have inventory, or even if they don't have, they can always try to order one, unless it was their limited edition pieces, which of course if they only made a certain number, then that's all they can sell you. But with Chanel, it's extra limited. They really cannot, or they just don't make as many, and the demand is huge. I'm not sure if it's a marketing strategy or whatnot, probably a little bit of both. You know, that's the reason why they never have anything, especially when you want it in black and gold or black and silver. Like black is just the hardest combination to get ever. And of course, the moment they get any, which every time they get 2 or maybe 3, or maybe if they get like 5, it would be sold out literally in the hour that they get it in. So try to work with an essay, especially if you've had prior history. So like if you've already bought a bag at that location or anything at that location, let them know that you are a client there and that you are serious about buying. Show that you're knowledgeable about their products when you're asking about something. All that kind of helps. Our store being the busiest and the highest selling volume of all Canada, I believe that's what my LC told me, they're not always going to be as patient, or sometimes you may receive subpar service, if that makes sense. Not necessarily service, but they may not like, they may just tell you, oh, we don't have it, and then that's the end of the conversation, right? So, or we're sold out. So just still be polite, be patient, and you know, be kind, and try to, you know, build some sort of relationship with an essay there, and at least that way they will be able to remember you, first of all, and then if you ever are in the hunt for something, then they would be more willing to help you. Deluxe edition, you look gorgeous. Thank you, sweetie. I've been thinking about purchasing the Twice for the longest time. Can't really decide between the Twice or the Gucci Soho Disco. I like both. I did consider both also at the time when I purchased my Twice, and I also considered the Celine trio, by the way. But what made me decide on the Twice is because of the several compartments. So I have my camera that I always want to protect. I don't really use a case with my camera, so I want it to be separate from my other things. I just really like compartmentalized handbags, especially the smaller ones, just because it makes it easier to, like, you know, separate your things. I really like the microfiber interior that protects my items. Not saying that there's anything wrong with the Gucci or even the Celine trio. They're both really, really great bags. The Gucci with the tassel is very fun. As far as timelessness, I think they're all pretty up there. They're all pretty timeless. So it's just a matter of preference. The Gucci Soho, I would have gotten it just like, you know, just for like as a fun bag, but I guess I didn't really need it both. I also feel like maybe the Twice is a little bit dressier looking, whereas the Disco is just fun and casual. JBK Love, I love your new bag. Thank you so much. And she's referring to my Celine, by the way. I have it on my radar. The only thing is I am not sure if it is a timeless piece. What do I think? I do feel that not all of them are as classic or timeless looking, especially if we're talking about like 5 years or 10 years down the road. So in my opinion, the ones that I really do think will stand the test of time are the trapeze and the box bag. So if I were to get another piece from Celine, it would probably be the box bag, even though I think it is too expensive, so I will probably not get it. But if I were to choose another one, it would be that one. I guess you never know. They're always innovating and they have beautiful products, great designer, so you never know what else they're gonna come up with. But so far I really like the trapeze, obviously. And you know, the luggage tote, they have been around for a while too, but still not super long. And I don't know, I think that bag, I like it one day and then the next day I don't like it. So like in the end, If I were to buy a luggage tote, it would be the nano size, the smallest one, because I think being a small size bag is just fun to have, and the fact that you can wear it crossbody is just more versatile and more practical. That is it for today's Q&A video. I hope you guys are having a great week and a great weekend ahead. Let me know down below if you have any more questions for next week or the next 2 weeks, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye! The lock being, you know, the turn lock. At first, I think I was worried that, you know, it would be quite difficult to use because